Now, Daniel, you were this afternoon as part of a committee that's looking at the nuclear mix, whether it should be included in our energy mix, nuclear energy, whether it should be included as part of our energy mix. This inquiry, of course, was set up after Peter Dutton announced his nuclear proposal. Daniel, what are you hearing from the inquiry so far?
Well, look, some of the issues that I've been hearing are that nuclear in Australia is going to be problematic for a range of reasons, one of which is the time it's going to take, and the other is the risk of serious blowouts. When you think about the time, we're starting from a standing start. We don't have any social licence in Australia. We haven't had serious work done around site selection. We had an expert on US nuclear plant selection give us evidence today, who wasn't anti-nuclear, but she said that if the process of community engagement doesn't involve genuine engagement where communities can say no, then it's led often in the United States to disaster. And what we see with the coalition policy is that they've basically announced 7 sites, no negotiation, and there's going to be a ticker box consultation. The other issue is the construction blowouts. We've seen in the United States with the Vogel plant, we've seen in the UK with the Hinkley plant. Construction times alone have blown out to 15 years in those 2 cases, and that's not including all of the planning and financing and regulatory side.
Okay,
so
I just want to make sure we have
way too long
enough
Australia.
time for Keith Pitt's response to all of this. Keith, this is clearly the line that Labor's going to run in the lead up to the next election. What's your response?
AUKUS has been underway for a number of years, Sharri. It's nuclear reactors in nuclear submarines at Australian bases. I don't think the Australian people will have the wool pulled over their eyes. Lots of other countries are using it right around the world. Time has come. We should be implemented here in Australia because it is zero emissions, it is reliable, it uses very little land. We've got the people of the technology. We should just get on with it. And it's a long way to 2050, mate. 25 years is a long time.
All right, let's turn to Tasmania. Hundreds of workers in the salmon industry are nervously waiting on Tanya Plibersek to make a decision that will affect their livelihoods. Daniel Mulino, this is a very controversial issue now, and don't workers deserve to know what's happening to their jobs? Why hasn't a decision been made here?
Well, look, I think with complex issues like this, decisions often take a long time, and this is something that we've seen across governments of both political stripes for a long time. I mean, this was part of the reason for the Samuel Review, which was undertaken under the previous government, and which found that a number of reforms were needed based upon a lot of systemic delays that were occurring under the previous government. Look, the Minister is making decisions based on all of her obligations under the laws. She has to step through these things carefully. I totally agree with you that workers rightly want these decisions made in a timely way, but these are complex issues.
And she might make a decision only for Anthony Albanese to overrule it, as we've seen with the EPA laws. All right, Daniel Mulino, Keith Pitt, thank you very much for your time.